best.
You left your jacket and a ghost in the sheets. I cleaned the mess and danced on repeat. Your goodbye didn't break me down. It taught me how to wear my crown. I used to cry when the lights went low. Now I light 'em on my own. I got me, I got time. I pour my own champagne and I draw the line. I write my name in the sky. Don't need a reason, don't need goodbye. I'm the love I was looking for, and I don't miss you anymore. I bought new shoes, walked out of your lies, learned to bloom where you left me dry. Mirror says, girl, you're doing fine. That's the only truth I needed to find. No more what ifs, no more please. I'm not begging down on my knees. I'm the voice and I'm the song, and baby, I was strong all along. I got me, I got time. I pour my own champagne and I draw the line. I write my name in the sky. Don't need a reason, don't need goodbye. I'm the love I was looking for, and I don't miss you anymore. I don't miss you, not even a little bit more. I got me, I got time. I pour my own champagne and I draw the line. I write my name in the sky. Don't need a reason, don't need goodbye. I'm the love I was looking for, and I don't miss you anymore. I don't miss you, not even a little bit more.
Only the best.
You walk in like you never broke me. Smile sharp, yeah, you know it cuts deep. Every move's a calculated game, but baby, I'm not playing the same. You light me up just to blow it out. Leave me wondering what you're about. Was it love or just your thrill? Guess you just like the chase, not the still. You just want the heat, not the flame. Say my name, then walk away. Drew me in with your desire, but you were only playing with fire. Yeah, you got that look, I know it well. Set me free or drag me through hell. But now I'm done with your empire. You're not worth this burning fire. Told your friends I was too intense. Funny, you loved it till it made sense. Now you're back, but I see the truth. You're addicted to the spark, not the proof. You don't want love, just reaction, feeding off my dissatisfaction. But I won't be a pawn this time. Game over now, draw the line. You just want the heat, not the flame. Call me close, then shift the blame. Had your thrill, now I retire. You can go and play with fire. Yeah, I felt the smoke, I've seen the lies, but this phoenix always flies. You're not love, just a supplier. left cheap thrills and fading fire.
Only the best.
I messed it up. I know I did. Played it cool but acted like a kid. Now I'm staring at my phone again, wishing I could take back what I said. You were gold and I was blind. Took your love and left it behind. Now I'm dancing with regret. Every move I can't forget. Is it too late to come back to you? If I said sorry, would you feel it too? I've been wrong, I can't deny, but I still see you when I close my eyes. I don't need a second chance or two. I just want my way back to you. You gave your all, I gave you doubt. Now I'm learning what real love's about. I hear you're laughing every song. Tell me, were we really gone too long? You were gold and I was blind. Took your love and left it behind. Now I'm dancing with regret. Every move I can't forget. Is it too late to come back to you? If I said sorry, would you feel it too? I've been wrong, I can't deny, but I still see you when I close my eyes. I don't need a second chance or two. I just want my way back to you. I've changed my ways, I've grown, I swear. This time I'm real, I'll be right there. Not just words, I'll prove it through. 'Cause girl, I'm still lost in you. Is it too late to come back to you? One more try, tell me what to do. I've been wrong, but I swear it's true. I just want my way back to you. Back to you.
Only the best.
You came in like glitter on a cheap red dress. Said I'm yours, but I should have guessed that your heart was a stage and I played the fool. Now I'm cleaning up tears in the ladies' room. You love the thrill, not the flame. A kiss, a spin, and forget my name. So dance with your velvet lies, flashy smile in neon.
Hey, good morning. Guess who's in the back room ready to join the show today? Vikstube. Time for the greatest entrance in all of YouTube.
What's up? Fresh is our turn, baby. Get up, skate up, boots with the merch out. Gucci's, them Gucci suits. Ain't got no job, but I stay shy. I stay shy. Can't pay my rent. I can't pay my rent. All my money spent, but that's okay, 'cause I'm still fly. I'm so fly. Got a
My man got on a pair of shorts and a Jaws t-shirt. Y'all are fucked today.
Get your car clean, gems on shine. And tell mom, get a mink, baby girl, let's ride. You the number one stunner. We gon' glide and go straight to the mall and tear down the inside. That Prada, Gucci, full link leather. Burberry's cooler, Coogee sweater. 20 inches pop my feather. The Birdman dead, I fly in any weather. Alligator seats with the head in the inside. Swine on the dash, G-Wagon, so fly. Number one, don't tangle and twist it. When it comes to these cars, I am that nigga. The Gucci with the matching interior. 3-wheel ride with the tie in the middle. It's fresh and stunner, and we like brothers. We shine like paint, daddy. It's our summer. Get up, boots with a bitch out. Jesus. Ain't got no job, but I stay shy. Can't pay my rent, 'cause all my money's spent. But that's okay, 'cause I'm still fly. Got a quarter tank of gas in my new E-Class. But that's alright, 'cause I'm gonna ride. Got everything in my mama name. But I'm hood rich. Have you ever seen a crocodile seat to the truck? Turn around and sit it down and let them bite your butt. See the steering wheel is spin the dashboard of my neck. With your baby mama players where you can find me. Push it through the parking lot on 24. Cadillac Escalade with the chromed out nose. With the navigation arrow headed straight to your spot. Where your wife really love me 'cause the sex is so hot. Put the caddy up, start the 3-wheel Benz. Hyper white lights, ultraviolet lens. Suma tires and they gotta be run flat. TV where the horn go. Boy, when you top that, I'ma show you some shit. Rookie, press that button. The trunk went and all of a sudden, 415s didn't see no wires. And then I heard boom from the amplifiers. Get up, boots with a bitch out. Jesus. Ain't got no job, but I stay shy. Can't pay my rent, 'cause all my money's spent. But that's okay, 'cause I'm still fly. Got a quarter tank of gas in my new E-Class. But that's alright, 'cause I'm gonna ride. Got everything in my mama name. But I'm hood rich. Let me slide in the Benz with the fished out fans. And pound loud pipes, drinking the hen. It's that birdie man, I'll do it again. In a Cadillac truck, 24s with 10s. Looking at my Gucci is about that time. 6 bad broads flying in at 9. New suburban truck with the porno show went up and down and up they going. Buttons on a roaster, Lexus. You know what that hard top be? That's your truck. I'm coming up the hood, been lovely. New shoes on the whip and I wake up the bubbly. 430 Lex with convertible top, and the rims keep spinning every time I stop. Got a Superman Benz that I scored from Shaq with an old school caddy with the diamond in the back. Get up, boots with a flipped out Gucci suits. Ain't got no job, but I stay shy. Can't pay your baby mama players where you can find alligators with the head and inside. But two tires and they gotta be running black. Got a quarter tank of gas.
All right, good morning. How's everybody doing? Happy Thursday. Welcome to the morning show. It is Thursday, and that means Vikstube is here today. What's up, Vikstube?
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, great entrance again today, as usual. Somehow every week you manage to outdo yourself with your entrance. They just keep getting better every single week. Although I will say, I still think the greatest Vikstube entrance of all time, we might have to go back to this soon. I don't think we've done it in a while, is the Timmy Trumpet deal. Only problem is it's not long enough. That song's only about a minute and a half long. You deserve a 3 to 4 minute entrance. So there's a little bit of a conundrum there. That's obviously a great entrance song for you, but it's a little too short. But we might have to go back to that. next week just for old time's sake. But yeah, that's a great interest, that Timmy Trumpet there in that. I think you would agree. Yeah. Now, when you substitute stream for Saloon Dribble, what kind of entrance do you get over there?
I don't get one.
Dang, man, I ain't. Well, all right. Well, okay. It's still nice of you to do it, I reckon.
Yep.
Still nice of you to do it, I reckon. Anyway, what's going on, Vic?
Let's see, nothing. Yeah, I think I finally figured out how to get StreamYard work, and I think that on Friday I was able to get through a whole stream and haven't had any problems since then. So that's good.
I don't know how to tell you this, but you've been using StreamYard for quite some time without any issue.
Yeah. Well, except for I did have an issue that one time. But
With StreamYard.
no, well, I meant yeah, well, I meant with someone who was on the StreamYard, but
Okay. But you do know how to use StreamYard now.
yeah, I do, and I also know how to use OBS too.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Good.
Yeah, and I also know how to use OBS because it kept crashing, but I updated OBS and it's been working fine.
So is OBS, do you have a problem with OBS or do you have a problem with StreamYard?
Yeah, I had a problem with OBS, but it's fixed now.
So what's the problem you're having with StreamYard?
Nothing. There's no problem with StreamYard.
Why'd you say you finally got your issue fixed with StreamYard?
Oh, sorry. I meant to say OBS. Yeah, that's my bad. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what happened exactly. Well, nothing happened. But anyway, Florida State fans have joined the rest of us over here in the realm of reality when it comes to leaving the ACC. I have recently noticed on Twitter, which I think is good news. I mean, welcome to the party. Better late than never. But I came across a thread the other day where they're just all on there with we're not leaving. Maybe we'll leave by 2031, but I doubt it. That whole deal.
So they've given up on it.
Well, yeah, they've kind of accepted the reality of the situation, which people like me and you have been trying to tell them for 3 years or whatever it is. So, on one hand, I'm happy for them, but on the other hand, that's like a source of never-ending entertainment that we no longer have. Because anytime you were bored, you could just go to Twitter, you could do a Twitter search for FSU ACC, and you would find just never-ending threads of Florida State people with the "we're leaving tomorrow" speech, and you could then get in there and troll them in that. And for whatever reason, or for reasons unknown even, they no longer think that I can tell. So, unfortunately, I can't really ask any of them directly. Most of the Florida State fans that used to hang out around here for some reason no longer do. I don't know why.
Well, I guess they just finally accepted reality, I guess.
It would appear that way. Yeah. Vic, you're a big Star Wars fan. Is that true? Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
Okay. Consider yourself somewhat of an aficionado, even.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you watch the Star Wars series, what's been coming on Disney Plus for 5 or 6 years?
Yeah. Which one? Which one do you mean? Andor?
Any of them?
Oh yeah,
Do you watch
or
it?
the Mandalorian or any of them? Yeah, yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. The only one I've ever seen is The Mandalorian.
Hmm.
And of course, the last episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian is one of the best episodes in TV history of any kind or genre. Um, but then there
Yeah.
was some kind of kerfuffle or something with the girl that was in there.
Hmm.
And I don't remember what happened
Yeah.
with that. But then anyway, so I didn't watch season 3. So I've seen season 1 and season 2 of The Mandalorian, and then there's nothing to watch anymore. We went over this.
Hmm.
On Tuesday, but there's nothing to watch on the streaming services, and that it's just a complete waste of money. But I was like, well, we haven't looked at Disney Plus in a while, so we went over there to Disney Plus, and I said, The Mandalorian was good. Why don't we try something else, another one? So we started watching Andor. You familiar with
Yes.
Are you familiar with this
Yeah. That's
Andor?
yeah. That's a good. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good one. Yeah.
How long do you have to wait for it to get good? Because I think I've seen 3 episodes, and it's more in the dog shit category right now.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
so I don't know how long ago you watched it. So in the beginning, the guy kills 2 of those guards or whatever, and
Hmm.
the
Yeah.
the boss says, "Don't worry about it. Don't go look for him." But they go look for him
Hmm.
anyway.
Hmm.
They find him. Um,
Hmm.
he kills more guards, I guess, or whatever. I'm only 2 or 3 episodes in, but you're telling me it is worth battling through. And go ahead and watch. What is it? 2 seasons of Andor.
Yeah.
Uh, okay. All right. I'll do that then. I'll take your word for it on that. But I don't know. It hasn't reeled me in the first 2 or 3 episodes. Just to be honest with you. Also, I don't know how many of these series they've done now. 5 or 6. Is that about right? They did the Obi-Wan Kenobi. Is that not any good? The Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Yeah. It wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't. Yeah. It wasn't really that good. I
Dang.
mean, it was cool to have Ewan McGregor back as Obi-Wan, but the show wasn't really that
It wasn't great.
No.
So what are the best 2, Mandalorian and Andor?
Yeah, Mandalorian and Andor. Yeah,
Now, I'm right about the ending of season 2 of Mandalorian, right?
right. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
Did you ever watch the Book of Boba Fett?
No, what is that?
Okay, yeah, it's about Boba Fett. Yeah,
Well, the Mandalorian was about Boba Fett, kind of.
right. It was supposed to be set between like season 2 and season 3 of Mandalorian. So it's basically like the real Mandalorian season 3, and then Mandalorian season 3 is more like season 4.
Yeah.
But, yeah,
Well, at least they don't make it confusing.
right.
Yeah. Okay. I'll check that out. Maybe. I guess I'm gonna give it a go with this Andor though.
Mhm.
Rob says season 2 better than season 1 in the Andor. So, I mean, I don't have any other alternatives really. So, I'll give it another shot. We watched like an episode or 2 a couple of nights ago, and then an episode last night or something. And I was just like, you know what? I'm not into it. Can we just turn this off? So we turned it off. And as far as like continuing our streak of being down bad, we decided to watch Terrifier 3.
What?
Yeah, I know.
Terror? Have you even seen Terrifier 1 and 2?
Yes. Have you?
No.
Yeah, it would give you nightmares. I wouldn't watch it if I was you. It's not for toddlers. It's too gory for toddlers and that.
Right. Well, I'm not a toddler, but
That's true, despite the constant accusations to the contrary.
but yeah, it was true. But horror is not really is not really my speed. But yeah.
Right, because you're scared. You're a toddler.
Well, well,
Keeps you up at night.
a
kinda
little
deal.
bit.
Yeah.
Well, a little bit. Like I'm not gonna watch like
The Terrifier 3 is
yeah.
so over the top, gory, and gruesome that it almost becomes cartoonish instead of shocking. Like I think, like in Terrifier 1, when you first see like how he killed, how brutal he is when he kills people, it's like, oh my god. But then it's like they constantly are trying to one up themselves as far as how the guy is killing people. I mean, he cuts people in half with a chainsaw, and like there's this one scene, like so it's the Terrifier is the clown, and then in season 3 he's got this sidekick that's like this faceless lady. I don't know if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, and their whole thing is that they just like to mutilate people. So there's this one scene where the clown guy is killing someone. He kills him, by the way, by taking a box cutter, okay? And he starts cutting the guy. He starts at the guy's chin, and he cuts the guy from the chin up across his lips, across his nose, between his eyes, over the top of his head, all the way down to the back of his neck, basically cutting like a half-inch slash from his chin all the way up his face, over the top of his head, down the back of his head to his neck. And then he takes his fingers, and he takes his fingers on top of the guy's head, and he starts pulling apart at the cut. And basically what he ends up doing is ripping the guy's skin completely off of his skull down to the side. And while he's doing that, his female accomplice, or whatever the fuck she is standing in the corner masturbating with a piece of glass, a broken piece of glass, and she's bleeding out from her monkey all over the floor, and she's going at it. And then at the end, after he kills the guy, she pulls the piece of glass out of her monkey, and she's like, it's like that. And that's only like in the beginning of the movie. So then the whole rest of the movie, they have to one up that. I mean, he takes, there's a couple, you know, the rule in a horror movie, right? If you're naked, you're going to die. You know that movie from back in the, yeah. If they show someone naked in a horror movie, they're about to die. That's a dead giveaway every time. So later in the movie, there's this scene where there's this college couple is in a shower. They're taking a shower together, and he goes in there, and of course he decides he's going to kill him with a chainsaw because why not? And so he, like, you know, kicks through the shower door or whatever, and he's got the chainsaw, and he cuts the girl up, and cuts the guy all up, and the guy is like trying to crawl away on the floor or whatever, and he takes the chainsaw, sticks it up the guy's asshole, and makes a cut from his asshole to the back of his neck, and then turns the guy over and lops his dick off with the chain. I mean, it's so, like, it sounds disturbing when I'm talking about it, and if you just happen to be flipping through it, like, let's say that movie came on TV, which it never would. If you just happen to be flipping through TV and you didn't know what that was, and you came across that scene, like, you would go, "Oh my gosh, it's disgusting." But because the entire movie is that, it like by 10 minutes into the movie, it doesn't even really phase you anymore. It's that over the top, you know. It's like, I don't know, and it's definitely not a great movie. Like, the storyline of the plot or whatever is not amazing, or whatever. Like, you're only watching it to see how they're gonna, you know, one up themselves from the previous kill that they did or whatever. And you know, even like some traditionally in horror movies, like, there's some things that, like, you just don't do. Like, some of these scenes I'm describing here, these are obviously happening on adults, you know. You would never,
right,
typically in a horror movie, you would never see like an 8-year-old boy be part of the story and get just, like, you know, carved up with a chainsaw or head cut off, something like that's just kind of an unwritten rule in horror movies. It doesn't really, The stuff like that doesn't really happen to kids. Well, they don't give a fuck about that in this movie. I mean, right away, the guy he's got an axe, and he basically cuts this 8-year-old boy into about 23 different pieces while he's asleep in his bed. It's just, don't watch it, Vic. Don't watch it. You'll be up for a week. You know, you'll be up for a week. And again, if you've never seen the movies, like, I know it sounds disgusting and gory, and it is disgusting and gory. I mean, he chokes a guy to death with his own intestine. Yeah, I mean, it's shit like that. You know, he cuts the guy's stomach open, rips in his intestines out, ties the intestines around the guy's neck, and chokes him to death with. Like, it's shit like that. Sounds disgusting. But when you're watching the movie, it's so over the top that 5-10 minutes into the movie, it's just like, oh, here comes another murder scene. And it doesn't even faze you anymore. I don't know. Yeah, Art the Clown. Art the Clown, the guy's name in that. You know, Art the Clown. So, I don't know if I can, I don't even know.
Yeah, Art the Clown and that, yeah.
Let me see if I can find, how in the world are they allowed to play this? I'm surprised they're allowed to play this on YouTube. If that's what they're actually doing here. Yep, they are. You want to see some of it, Vic?
I thought you just told me not to watch any of it.
All right, well, I guess turn away then. This is from part 2, actually. Now he's cutting the top of her head off with like a pair of construction paper scissors. Now, there's like 4 minutes straight of this. He's going to kill her for about 4 minutes straight. He basically skins her alive. Oh! Is that enough? I think everybody gets the idea. I don't know who wants to see that at 8:30 in the morning. But anyway, every movie is 2 hours of that. Every Terrifier movie is 2 hours of that. Let's see. Here's okay. So this is a fast forwarded 2 minutes. A fast forwarded 2 minutes. It gets way worse, Vic.
Okay.
Vinegar and salt. Jesus, man. Come on, man. He's literally rubbing salt in the wound. Then he leaves her in there for a while. Let's see if it shows that he when he go. Yeah, okay, watch them. She's still alive. Oh man, it's yeah. So there's three of those, and they're all 2 hours of that. And that's from part two, and the deaths just get worse and worse and worse from there. But if you don't want to watch the movie, but you want to see the chainsaw scene I'm talking about from the third one, you can probably find that on YouTube too. If you type in like Terrifier 3 shower scene or something, you can probably find that too if you want to watch it. I think that's, I think I've proved the point here. I don't need to show anything else, but yeah, it is. It gets cartoon. Like if you like that brief little thing that we saw, you're like, oh my god, it's disgusting. But once you've seen, it's like what's it called when it desensitized. 20 minutes into these movies, you're so desensitized that it doesn't even register for the rest of the movie how sick it is, really, because the whole movie is 2 hours of what I just showed you. You know, he just kill, the more and more disgusting as we go along, you know. So you just get desensitized to it. But yeah, it does. It just gets cartoonish at a point. Jarvis is right. Yeah. And like I said, it's not even a Saw. Saw is pretty gruesome. Some of the death scenes in Saw are pretty gruesome. But Saw is a good movie. It's a great movie. I think Saw 1 is one of the best movies of all time. Yeah. Not just horror movies, just movies in general. Saw 1 would be in my top 10 movies of all time. Terrifier 3 is not that. Like, you're only watching Terrifier to see how the fuck he's going to kill somebody next. Like, it's not a good storyline or plot or great acting or none of that shit. Yeah, Hostel was pretty bad, too. There's a scene in Hostel where they cut a guy's dick off. That's always hard to watch. It might have been Hostel 2. There's been a few of those Hostel movies, but I think it might have been Hostel 2 where they tied a guy to a chair and cut his dick off. That's always disturbing.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the first Saw movie. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. Yeah.
Jarvis is talking about Criminal Minds. Is that show still on? Wow, that show's been on a long time. Yeah. My ex is a psychologist, and when she first started college, that's what she wanted to do. She went to Florida State. She wanted to graduate from Florida State, which she did. And initially, her goal was to go to that. There's a college in it's in Colorado. It's a forensic psychology degree or something like whatever degree you would need to do what they do on Criminal Minds, to be a part of the what do they call it on Criminal Minds? The FBI's
like the Special Victims Unit.
No. You're thinking of Law and Order. We're talking about Criminal Minds. Yeah, the BAU, but a Behavioral Analysis Unit. That's what it is. The Behavioral Analysis Unit. Whatever type of advanced psychological degrees or whatever that you have to have, there's a college somewhere in Colorado. Well, at least this is 25 years ago. Maybe there's more now. I don't. Anyway, her thing was she was going to go to Florida State, get her bachelor's in psychology, and then go to that college in Colorado and become one of these forensic psychologist people or whatever. And that ended up not happening. She went and got her master's at USC instead. But anyway, that was her favorite show for years. And so I've seen, I don't know how many hundreds of episodes of that show, but you're talking 15, 20 years ago we were watching that show. I can't believe it's still on. New episodes are still on of that? I mean, it's a good show. I guess I'm not shocked that it's still on, but I didn't know it was still on.
Yeah, Jarvis says they brought it back and it's good as hell. Yeah, he says they're on seasons 17 and 18.
A lot of psychiatrists are more messed up than their patients. I don't know any psychiatrists, so I can't speak to that. Oh, it's a rebooted series. So is there new? There's new people in it now, I guess. Is that what it is? What streaming service is this on? What? The Terrifier? I think Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2 are on Amazon Prime, but Terrifier 3, which is the new one, just came out. I think last Christmas it came out. We had to download some new. Oh, yeah. So on Tuesday, I came on here and complained about all these streaming services you have to be subscribed to, you know?
Right.
And then last night we were like, whatever happened to Terrifier 3? Because we watched Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2 last year during Halloween. And at the time, last Halloween, they had already announced that Terrifier 3 was coming out, but not till Christmas time. And we just kind of had forgot about it in the meantime. And then last night, there's nothing to watch. And we were like, whatever happened to Terrifier 3? So anyway, we Googled it. The only streaming service that Terrifier 3 was on was some streaming service called Screambox, which I've never heard of. So, of course, after spending an hour on Tuesday complaining about all these streaming services that you have to be subscribed to and how I'm canceling them all and blah, blah, blah. One day later, yesterday, I subscribed to yet another new streaming service, Screambox, so we could watch Terrifier 3.
Terrifier 3.
Yeah, now the good news is it was like, I think, a 7-day free trial.
Yes, you can cancel.
Yeah, so we'll cancel.
After the
I'll
free
never
trial.
actually pay anything for it, but it's still funny. I spent all that time complaining, and then literally a day later, I subscribed to a new streaming service. I going to UGA next weekend. What's going on up there next weekend? You just going to visit, or is there some reason, particular reason? Is there something going on up there? Rob Zombie movies have a lot of gore. Yeah, last Halloween, while we were watching the Terrifier movies around that same time, we binge watched the Rob Zombie trilogy. House of a Thousand Corpses. I can't remember the name of the other two. But anyway, there's a trilogy, 3 movies with the same whatever, bad guys or whatever. We watched all 3 of them last Halloween. They're decent movies. They're way better movies than Terrifier as far as Captain Spaulding. Yeah, that's it, Captain Spaulding. They're way better movies than the Terrifier as far as like the plot and the story of the movie and all that. Terrifier is more gory than the zombie movies, but yeah, the Rob Zombie movies are gory. They're more along the lines of like Saw. One of the things to get accepted to special needs program for UJ, I need to go to their 2-day camp. I didn't even know UJ had that. I knew Clemson specialized in it. Slaw graduated from the Clemson special needs thing back in the early 80s, and they still have it today. Clemson does, but I didn't even know Georgia did that. Lou, did you see where Selita did the Ice Bucket Challenge in 2025 and actually thought he did something for society? No, I don't watch Selita videos, but...
Yeah, I saw it.
Well, we know you saw it, Vic. You're the biggest Selita simp maybe that's ever lived. In fact, you fell for Selita's attention-seeking thing that he did. You fell for it.
Yeah.
You know, he made that big, long, drawn-out, dramatic community post about how he's not doing videos anymore and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And there you are, right on cue in the comments of that post. Thank you, Selita, for everything you do. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah.
What the fuck is Vic doing?
Yeah.
You love you some Selita, don't you, Vic? Huh?
Huh?
You love you some Selita, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
sure,
you do.
I guess so.
I don't understand that. But hey, I mean, there's like 15. I've always wondered, like, who are these 15 people that keep watching Selita videos? I know who one of them is. You.
Yeah.
I don't know who the other 14 are, but the only time I ever even know anymore what's going on with Selita, and I'm glad he does it, Pete keeps up with Selita. And Pete talks about it a lot on his midday show.
All right.
But other than that,
I guess Pete is another one of those 15 people. But
Yeah, I don't know if he watches the videos. He usually is doing the community post deal where he'll read Selita's community posts. That's where we found you on there with the.
Yep.
Because the only reason people make posts, like, first of all, he's been doing YouTube for 16 years. He's the
Right.
biggest narcissist I think that I've ever known. There's a 0% chance that he's ever gonna stop doing YouTube videos, because he has to. He needs the attention so bad. So when he puts a post up like that, saying I'm not doing this anymore, and all that, he's only doing that because he wants people to show up in the comment section and beg him not to go or tell him how great he is and stuff like that. And Vic, that's where people like you come in. But you showed up right on time with it. I said, look at this. I used to watch some of the Selita videos, like I would be subscribed to him. Like I wouldn't watch like his sports videos; they're pointless. But if like the title of one of his videos, or like live streaming in his underwear when he did that in tidy whities and got in the hot tub and stuff on vacation, I would watch that. But he's had me blocked now for years, so I don't watch anybody who I can't comment. If I can't comment, I'm not watching. So he's had me blocked for years, so I unsubscribed and quit watching. But
Yeah, and then do you remember the condom review?
yeah, that was when he had a second channel, wasn't it? Didn't he have a second channel for a while where he was doing stuff like that?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
See, when he first made that second
yeah.
channel, I wasn't blocked on that second channel because he didn't. You know how when you make a second channel, it doesn't like import your block list from your other channels. So there was like a 2 or 3 day period where I wasn't blocked on that second channel where he was doing like weird karaoke, condom reviews, beer reviews, shit like that. And I was able to watch like 2 or 3 before I got blocked. But yeah, if I can't comment on your video, I'm not watching your video. Whether I like it or don't like it is irrelevant. If I can't comment, I'm not. If you don't want me to comment, then to me that means you don't want me to watch. I mean, that's why I block people. I block people when I don't want them to watch anymore. Now, usually they'll create like 10 different accounts before they finally go away. But like if I block somebody, I don't expect them to watch me anymore. Why would you watch if you can't comment?
Exactly. Well, I mean, they just make another account. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not doing all that for Selita. Make another account. They just blocked that one too. Yes.
Yes.
Hoghead.
Yes, Hoghead. Yep. Same Selita.
Not only did he take a girl camping and she slept with another guy, she slept with another guy in the tent while he was in there. Like, and then he still took her home the next day or whatever. That bitch would have been hitting the Shoe Leather Express if that was me. Yeah, Selita took a girl on a camping trip that he had a crush on. And the girl ended up sleeping with another guy in the tent while Selita was in there. And then the next morning just got up like everything was fine. Selita took her back home.
So did he say that he took her home?
Yeah. That's one of my favorites. The other one is, of course, the time. The other thing that's funny is he goes on vacation like 30 minutes away, like by himself too. So he'll go on vacation to the mountains in Georgia, which is like 30 or 45 minutes away from where he lives, and he'll rent a cabin. You know those cabins in the mountains that have the hot tubs out on the porch and shit like that. He'll go sit in the woods in a cabin for like 4 days by himself and live stream the whole time. And there was the one time where he was live streaming in the hot tub outside on the deck of whatever cabin he was staying in by himself. And he got up to get another beer or something, and he got out of the hot tub, and he had his tighty-whities on, wet, because he'd been in the hot tub. And he just pranced around in his tighty-whities, getting in and out of the hot tub for an hour. I'm like, what in the world? There's that one. And then there's the one from, I think the oldest one, as far as like my three favorite, is the tent story, the hot tub tighty-whities. And the other one, which is the oldest one, is he set his phone up in the gym to record himself bench pressing, and he couldn't get the bar off his chest. You remember that one? And he ended up having to dump the bar over to get the weight off of one side, then dump the bar over the other way to get the weight off the other side so that he could get the bar off his chest. And what was particularly funny about that one is that one was so long ago. That was before live streaming was really a thing on YouTube. This would have been like early 2010s, the weightlifting one. It wasn't a live stream. So he recorded that and still decided to upload it.
Wow.
And now he's mad because, you know who CPG is?
CPG.
Carolina Panthers fan.
CPG. No, I don't know who that is.
He made a video a couple of weeks ago called Sucker of the Week, and it was basically a 20-minute greatest hits video of Selita. All the the dumbest shit he's ever done. The hot tub thing was on there. The weightlifting thing was on there. Just 20 minutes of Selita embarrassing himself, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And Selita's been reporting his video and talking about how, that's why he privated. You saw his post about how he was privating all his videos.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he did it. Not whatever he said in that post was a lie. He privated all his videos because that guy went back and spent I don't know how much time putting that video together. All Selita's videos from years ago or whatever. Selita got mad.
You remember the don't tell Selita to chill.
Oh,
It was like one of your old videos on your channel, or it was don't tell Selita to chill, and then Selita says, don't tell me to fucking chill.
Yeah. I've got a few videos on. I did a series of videos impersonating Selita too. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, do you remember this one, Vic? Do you remember that?
Here's the story of a man named Selita who was bringing up 3 backwoods inbred hicks. All of them were dumb as rocks. Like their father, they sucked each other. Here's the story of a man named Preston who was busy with 3 shadows of his own. They were 4 men living all together, yet they were all alone. Till the one day when Selita met this fella, and they knew that it was much more than a hunch, that this group must somehow form a family. That's the way they all became the Selita Bunch. The bunch, the Selita Bunch. That's the way they became the Selita Bunch.
I think that was in 2016 or something. There was one off season where it must have been the year that the Falcons made the Super Bowl or something. I don't really remember. But anyway, a bunch of Atlanta Falcons video makers popped up on YouTube. And they were all fucking terrible. All of them. and I, of course, don't make NFL videos and don't care about the Falcons or whatever, but to troll them, I told him, I said, I don't even care about the Falcons. I've never made NFL videos. I have a college football channel. I can make Falcons videos that will be better than any Falcons videos y'all make, and y'all are actual Falcons fans. So that was the off season that I actually made Falcons videos. And the whole thing was to troll Selita and those Falcons people because they were just so delusional.
Yeah, there's that one video where you did the Dirty Bird. Yeah.
I remember that. I was on my parents' back porch. I don't remember what I was doing over at my parents' house, but I remember filming that video on my parents' back porch. But yeah, the Selita bunch was one of my like that one. That's one of my all-time best troll jobs with that Selita bunch song. That was great.
Yep. Yeah, that was back when you were doing like all the TTC. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had the LWO, the Lou World Order.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man. That was right before, like at that point, YouTube was kind of still a hobby. I think I was making some money on YouTube then, but it was just like side hustle money.
Yeah, not enough to quit your day job.
Right, and then it wasn't long after that I said, okay, I got to get serious here if this is going to be something, and so I quit with a lot of that TTC crap.
Yeah, the A-bomb. Yeah, when you told Mum A-bomb about his coffee, about you're using flavored creamer. Yeah.
Oh man, that was fun back in the day, the TTC thing, until people just took it way too far. People ruined it by, instead of just making fun of each other, they drag people's families and wives, and it's just they ruined that whole thing. What happened to the homeless guy who wanted to fight you, Lou? Which one? You talking about Alonzo?
Yeah.
I don't know what happened to Alonzo. He's another one that right after all that happened, he blocked me or whatever from commenting, and so I quit watching. I don't even know if does he still even do videos? I honestly don't know.
That was back when you had when all those Miami YouTubers had beef with you. Yeah. It was like Alonzo and
he called the Augusta police.
Brady and
he called the Augusta Police Department down here and wanted to have me arrested for being mean to him, or I forget what he told him or whatever. But
and the guy who says, "Who did y'all get in the transfer for protocol?"
That was what was that guy's name? Who was that? I don't remember that guy's name. Do I even have it on here to play? Is this it? This might be it. Hold on. Where'd it go? Yeah, that guy. I don't even know who that is.
Manny Diaz didn't know how to recruit. Guess what? Who did y'all get in the transfer protocol?
Nuts and honey.
Protocol. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't remember who that is. That was 8 or 9 years ago, probably.
Yeah. You still have the who the do you still have the who the hell is Pinecone?
Yeah.
Who the hell is Pinecone?
It's not playing the sound for some reason. Is it playing the sound on y'all's end and just not on my end? It's playing the video, but I can't hear the sound. Did y'all hear the sound? Did you hear it, Vic?
I don't know. Try it again.
Let me see if I can fix it.
Manny Diaz didn't know how to recruit.
See, I don't hear the
Guess what? Who did y'all get in the transfer protocol?
I see
Nuts and honey.
OBS, but I don't hear the sound through my headphones. Usually I do.
Who the hell is Pinecone?
Who the hell is Pinecone? I don't know why that's not working. Let's try.
There we go. I heard it that time. Yeah.
You heard it through YouTube or?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. So everybody else hears it. I just don't hear it. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, I had to unmute my YouTube.
I'm just a little bit perturbed.
Now, see, I heard the
mute the YouTube
I just played the
while I'm on
jackpot one.
here, so.
I just played the jackpot one, and I heard that. But when
Yeah,
I
I
play
heard
the
it
other,
on-
when I play the
on
other
the
ones,
stream,
I
you heard
don't hear it.
Yeah.
Order and output. Transfer protocol.
Yep.
Everything looks the same. Oh, wait a minute. Monitor off. Monitor output. Let me try it now. Transfer protocol.
Manny Diaz didn't know how to recruit. Guess what? Who did y'all get in the transfer protocol?
Nuts and honey.
Okay, I fixed it.
Yeah.
I can hear it
Nuts
now.
and honey.
Yeah, I can hear it now. This jackpot one is really old too.
I'm just a little bit perturbed.
That one's 6 or 7 years old, 8 years old. I don't make these anymore like I used to. It used to be on the top of my mind all the time whenever I was watching videos or live streams to look for funny stuff to clip. For whatever reason now, I don't do that anymore. So like most of these things that I play are really old. The 5-star dummy is probably the newest one, and that's 2 years old. Or, well, Come On Man is from last year. This one.
Come on, man.
Yeah, that one's from last year. But most of these are really old. Anyway. The NBA Finals start today.
Yep.
Now, I do think the Thunder are going to win.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, Thunder in 6.
But I do think the Pacers have a chance. So, like, why? The Pacers are plus 500 to win the series. You say Thunder in 6.
Yeah.
So what would that be? 4 games to 2.
Yeah.
I can get that at plus 395. If the Thunder win in 6 games, that pays out plus 395. So $100 would win me $395. Should I do it?
I don't know.
I thought you did know.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't want you to get you to get mad at me if you
No.
if it doesn't hit. So
Yeah, good point. You don't need that. You definitely don't need that. Do it in 5 games. Well, I can do both. I could do 6. I could bet on 5 games too. OKC wins 4-1. Pays plus 170. That's the best odds. Or yeah, the best odds is OKC 4-1 at plus 170. The second best odds is OKC 4-0 plus 230. 4-2 after that at plus 395. Pacers 4 games to 3 plus 1200. How about that? How about that?
Yep. Yeah, so this sounds like they really don't believe in the Pacers.
Facts. They don't. I mean, I think the Thunder will win too, but it's good money on the Pacers. What are the odds the Pacers sweep? Plus 5,500. $100 would win you 5,500.
Dang.
Big dang. Huge even. How's the talent show looking? I have no idea. I haven't checked. I won't check till Monday morning. But
That's right. Yeah, you
people
don't
need
look
to
at
be
the
sending-
videos
No, I don't
until
look
it's
at 'em.
time.
Yeah, so I don't know how many have been sent in. Nothing. I have no idea. But people need to be sending their videos in. We're coming up on the weekend. People will have some free time, maybe.
Yep.
I mean, because if there's only 2 or 3 videos, we're just not going to do it. I mean, I want to do it. It's a lot of fun every year, but, you know, people have to send videos in. So y'all take some time over the next couple of days. Film yourself doing something. It doesn't matter what it is. It can be literally anything. Film yourself doing something. Send it in for the talent show, and we'll start it on Monday.
Yep. Yeah, I'm still working on mine. Yeah.
Vic, true or false? The NBA is the NBA has more parity than any other professional sports league. Would you say that's true or false?
True, I guess.
I think so. I read, I think it was yesterday or the day before, no matter who wins this year, the Pacers or the Thunder, it'll be the 7th different team to win in the last 7 years.
Wow.
So I don't know what rules or whatever they've put in place in the NBA to create this type of parity, if it's salary caps or some sort of contract limits, or I'm not sure, but whatever they've done to try to create parity, it worked. 7 different champions in 7 different years. So now, Slaw has had some developments recently, but it's not my place to make any of those types of announcements. But Slaw is watching. Maybe Slaw wants to make the announcement himself. I don't know, but there has been some interesting Slaw news that has developed over the last week.
You mean
At least
about how
interesting to me.
he's moving?
No.
Okay. No, that's not it.
You talking about his lake property that he bought?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, that's years down the road anyway. Yeah. Okay. So yeah. See, Slaw says he found a lady that likes him. Yeah. Slaw's got him a candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Slaw's
So
got
is
him a
it
candidate.
is it a new lady or is it the same lady?
Well, it's obviously it's a new lady.
Okay. Okay. New lady.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So not a Robin, but a new lady.
No, not Robin. Robin done with him.
Okay. Robin done with him. Okay.
Yeah. She had enough of his shit. You know?
Yeah.
I got him a new one now. So, but Robin, I think, was retired. New one working. Still, you know what I mean?
Yep.
Yeah. Working girl. That.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
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 I think she's on tour.
On tour, doing what?
Well, she's a stand-up comedian.
No. Pa says she's a waitress.
Well, Slaw lies all the time. She's a stand-up comedian, is what he told me and several other people this week. Now he's saying she's a waitress. So I don't know. Maybe she serves grits and tells jokes. I don't know, but
That's what he says. She's a waitress, but she also does comedy.
Oh, so she has 2 jobs.
Okay.
Wow, that's good. It's good. Yeah, it's the first time hearing about the waitress thing. He was just telling us the other day that she's a stand-up comedian.
Hmm. Yeah,
So
she works hard for her money.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
she's not a 24-year-old, is she?
no, definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely not. But Slaw's MGTOW and incel status is very much at risk right now.
Uh-oh.
Um,
Yeah, Posh says she is 50. Okay.
she's 50. I'm almost 50. Okay, now I'm officially alarmed. Now
Yeah, and I'm almost 30, so
she's 50. She lives in Raleigh. She's a waitress and a stand-up comedian.
yeah, she's a woman. She's 50.
You got to have Belichick money to get a 24-year-old at Slaw's age. Well, it depends on how long you want that 24-year-old. For reasons unknown, Belichick appears to want her for a significant amount of time, which is dumb. But if you just want one for a very short period of time, I don't think it would cost all that much.
Nope, but you wants her for a long, yeah, he wants to love her a long time, so
Yeah. He wants to love her a long time. Slaw back on the saddle again. You want to handicap this, Vic?
okay, what?
So Slaw has already guaranteed that he is bringing this girl to Slob Olympics in Nashville, which is, by my calculation, 9 months away.
Uh-huh.
Is that happening?
Is that happening? Is he going to keep her long enough to bring her to the Slav Olympics?
Yes. What would the odds be on that?
What would the odds be? Well, yeah, well, I would say no, but
Dang. So no would be the favorite.
yeah.
Okay. If we were to put this in football terms, would no be a field goal favorite, a touchdown favorite, a 13-point favorite?
Yeah, I would say that no is a touchdown favorite.
Okay. Okay. Not a lot of faith in Slaw.
Nope.
Turns out.
Nope.
Now, the good news, I think, there's not an election between now and Slob Olympics.
No.
That's usually where Slaw loses these women. He runs them off with his politics.
Right.
Because he's all into the Handmaid's Tale deal.
hmm
And any woman with a brain that functions at any level at all of course, is not into that.
Yep. I mean, yeah, you says so that women shouldn't vote. So
Right. David says he's hammering -7. I hear you, David.
more likely, Slaw disavows Ridgeline.
Now, whether or not he brings her to Slob Olympics, that's one thing. But what really matters to me more, Slaw, is that if this does work out, she knows you're going to Vegas in January and she's not, right? That's the most important. Before you waste any more time on this lady, you better make sure she knows that and is okay with that. Because if she's not okay with that, she's not worth keeping around even one day longer. So if I was you, I'd get to the bottom of that and then worry about the Slob Olympics later. Might be the thing to do there. Boy, when Matt Dummett is trolling Slaw, we have reached some sort of new level here. But Matt Dummett is giving Slaw the listen speech.
Yeah, Pa says she already knows I'm Vegas bound. I won't tolerate a nanny type.
Yeah. Well, he's tolerated at least 2 of them that we know of. For significant, one of them he tolerated for 40-something years. The other one he tolerated, I believe, for 20-something years.
40-something years and 20-something years.
Yeah, he met Robin in high school. Then married someone else, tolerated her for, I believe, 20-something years until he no longer tolerated her. But he tolerated Robin the entire time until 6 months ago.
Mm-hmm.
So to say that he doesn't tolerate nanny types, it seems like that's all he's ever tolerated. Is nanny types. Yeah. Vic, do you think it's possible that Slaw has mommy issues? And that's
mommy issues.
Yeah, and that's why he's attracted to these overbearing, controlling nanny type women.
So to nanny types, even though he says he doesn't tolerate nanny types.
Right, he's lying. He spent his entire life with 2 different. He's from the time he was 15 till 6 months ago. He was either he was with Robin or his ex-wife. That's it. Both of which he tolerated for decades.
Mm-hmm.
Both of which are nanny types. So I'm not trying to hear this I don't tolerate nanny type routine. He's been tolerating nanny types for 45 years.
Yeah.
I'm not dissing on Robin either. I'm not saying that's a good or bad thing. I'm just saying that's how she is. I like Robin. I like Robin more than I like Slaw. It's just Robin won't hang out with us and Slaw will. But I think everybody likes Robin more than Slaw.
Yes, even by mommy issues, you mean like his mother didn't love him enough?
I don't know what it is. Didn't give him a hug or whatever. I don't know. Didn't compliment him. Didn't tuck him in right. I don't know what. I don't know. I'm asking. I'm not accusing that. I'm asking. Do you think he had mommy issues and that's why he's attracted to these nanny type women? I'm not saying he had mommy issues. I'm asking you if you see a possible correlation there.
Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I trust your judgment on that. So I'm forced to agree with you here. I'm forced to agree with you here on that in this. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course you do. Of course you do. So but I am curious to see how this soap opera plays out with Slaw over the next several months or whatever it ends up being, you know. Because I actually do have a bet with Slaw on this particular woman, and whether or not she does come to the Slav Olympics in Nashville. You know, got $100. I put my money where my mouth is a week ago. I got $100 on it. That she doesn't come to the Slav Olympics in that.
Yeah, Pa says she might kick him to the curb by March.
Yeah. I think that's what most of us are thinking. You know? She will make you laugh, her number one asset, in my opinion. Well, she's a stand-up comedian, so she better. How's the Pay Lou movement going? I'm down $60 this week so far, so we got to find some winners today. I've gone like either 1 and 2 or 2 and 3 all 3 days. I've had a losing day 3 days in a row. I think I was 1 and 2 on Monday, 1 and 2 on Tuesday, and 2 and 3 yesterday. Down $60. Will Slaw get the last laugh if she kicks him to the curb? I don't know about the last laugh, but I'll get $100.
Well, I thought Slaw will get the last laugh because she's a comedian. So
Yeah. Well, so there you go. It's guaranteed to be funny either way. If she sticks around, it's funny because she's a stand-up comedian that can make us laugh. If she kicks him to the curb, it's funny because obvious reasons. I mean, I'm rooting for Slaw.
yeah,
But
yeah, me too.
you have to separate, when it comes to gambling, you have to separate your head from your heart. My heart wants Slaw to pull this off. My head tells me there's no fucking way it's happening. So. Ticks. Well, you take any animals around here that are outside for any significant amount of time, you take them in once a year for their flea and tick treatment. Keeps them off of them. Maybe she's using him to come up with material. That might be the best possibility I've heard yet. That actually makes things make sense when you look at it that way. That she's just using Slaw for material.
It's possible.
That might be the first correct thing Vandy Dandy ever typed. Now I feel like a side bitch. Yeah, what's up with Jay, though, Slaw? Come on, man. This is really going to put a kink, pun intended, in the Slaw-Jay relationship.
Well, that's right. Yeah, Jay is the side piece.
Damn. That's messed up. I feel kind of bad for Jay now. I didn't even think about that angle.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Is Jay down bad?
Yeah, Jay's down bad. Yeah.
You know, this might end up being the best thing that ever happened to him.
Why is that?
Well, this might force him to break away from Slaw permanently. You know.
And why would that be good?
Well, I think Slaw is a bad influence on Jay. You know?
Okay.
And if Jay can use this, obvious slap in the face that Slaw is giving him now by bringing this other woman around as a reason to sort of break things off with Slaw permanently, I think that would be to Jay's benefit. Now, the problem Slaw's going to run into if that happens is, can this new girl you're dating retile your bathroom? Because I don't think Jay's going to play second fiddle to some stand-up comedian.
No. Yeah, I don't think that that Jay wants to be the butt of every joke. So
I don't either. I don't think so either. But I tell you what we'll do, Vic. Every Thursday for the foreseeable future, we'll do a 10 or a 15-minute Slaw update on the Thursdays. Me and you on the Thursday morning show every Thursday.
yeah,
We'll do a little 10 or 15-minute update, sort of take the temperature, you know, check
Yeah,
in, see
Slaw
how things are
update,
going
yeah.
with Slaw and his stand-up comedian
yeah,
girlfriend.
it was Slaw and CC. Yeah.
CC. Yeah, this is good. This is great, actually. I haven't been this excited about someone's dating possibilities since Tinder Ballard.
Oh yeah, it's Tinder Ballard. Yeah, Tinder Ballard, which turned into Facebook dating Ballard.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, which of course crashed and burned. But
Well, the first time it did, and the second time it did. I think thought that Ballard is on a new girl now.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Tinder Ballard never even got out of the starting blocks. I mean,
right.
just absolutely nothing out there
Nope.
for the Tinder Ballard deal that we tried
Yeah.
to do. I
Yeah.
even paid money to
Yeah.
do that too. I even signed up for whatever the premium. I don't know that much about Tinder, but I guess it's free to sign up, but then you have to pay if you want to see who swiped on you. I don't remember how it worked, but I remember I had to pay like $6.99 or something a month for Tinder Ballard.
Yep. Yep. And then it didn't work. Yeah. Ballard
then it
had.
didn't work. And then I forgot to cancel it. And then, like, out of the blue, like 6 months later, I'm like, what are all these $6.99 charges on my Google Play Store every month? And I was like, oh, Tinder Ballard. Let's cancel that.
Yeah. And then Ballard ended up having more luck with Facebook dating. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Facebook dating.
Yeah. And also Facebook dating is free. So.
Okay. Well, that's an obvious benefit there.
Yep.
Free dating. I didn't know Ballard had a new one, though. Last I heard was the one that dumped him because God told her to.
Right, but now he's got he's got a new girl now. Yeah.
Yeah. Telling BA no, it's for Ballard, I promise. No, well, first of all, anytime I do anything like that, I make sure anybody that needs to know knows ahead of time so that there is no issues with that. But BA was in on it. In fact, I think at one point we put the account on BA's phone because I didn't even want to have to deal with the notifications or whatever that comes along with having the Tinder app or whatever. Or someone else was handling it there for a while, not me. I was just talking about it. We actually transferred the account, or I gave somebody the login or something. Might have been BA. I don't remember now. That was 4 or 5
Yep.
years ago.
And then you let someone else deal with that.
Yeah. I'd be open to doing something like that. It's a good idea. It's good content. It's a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, I think didn't you also you tried?
Oh, I know. I remember what it was
10,
now.
yeah.
I know why I had to pay the money. Okay, so I live in Augusta, and Ballard was somewhere in Alabama or whatever it was. And so whenever I created the Ballard Tinder account, it was showing girls in Augusta. And there was, and the only way to change that was to sign up for whatever their higher thing was that cost money. I think that's what it was. And I had to change it to wherever I had to change like the Tinder location or wherever it was searching for girls or whatever it was. I had to change it to Ballard's, to where Ballard lived. And you couldn't do that on the free part of Tinder, I think is what happened, is why we had to sign up for the one that costs money. But it's a good idea, like for content and stuff like that. It just that I think that's the only time we ever did it. It didn't work out that time. We ended up not being able to get any content out of it because nothing happened with it. But like, if anybody else wants to do that, like that would be great. Like why we should have thought about this with Slaw before he found this comedian. We could have done this with Slaw, or is there like an old people Tinder? Is there like a dating app for old people? That would have been good. We could have done one for Slaw and done that on the morning show.
Right. I mean, I guess you can still do one for Celine, but
Celine doesn't have. It wouldn't be any fun to do it with Celine because he wouldn't play along. He wouldn't go along with it. He's too much of a stick in the mud. I love Celine. I'm not even using that phrase as an insult. He's not. He doesn't have the personality to where that would work as a bit on the morning show. Silver singles? Is that a thing? Yeah, like just the fear of rejection alone is enough to where Celine would never go along with doing that. You know, because he would be too upset. Like, let's say there was some girl that he swiped the right way or whatever on Tinder, but she didn't do it back or like that. It would bother that kind of thing would bother him too much. He would never even agree to do it because of that. And even if he did agree to do it, it wouldn't be funny because he just wouldn't play along. Slaw says, "I never fear rejection. I relish it." That's how I always looked at it. I always looked at
you
it.
relish rejection.
No, I don't relish rejection, but it's like okay, well, the best baseball players in the world strike out 70% of the time. Well, they don't strike; they get out. They get out 70% of the time. Like, okay, I mean, so I asked 100 people, and 70 of them said no. I'm a Hall of Famer at 30%. Like, you know, lifetime batting average 300. I'm Cooperstown bound. Like, it's a numbers game. It's a numbers game.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody's going to say yes eventually. I don't care who you are. You just got to ask over and over and over again. Well, either that or do what I've been telling everybody to do for years. Go to the bowling alley, the church, or the bus stop. I mean, then you're going to be batting 70 to 80% there. Easy. At those three places. But in general, you know, it's a numbers game.
Yep.
So What's your chances at a bar, Lou? Depends on what time it is, bud. You mean me specifically or just in general? I mean, in general, if a bar closes at 3, from 2 to 3 a.m., your chances are 80 to 90%. Easy. You get to a bar at 10:30 or 11, cut that in half. Silver singles, everybody is saying. Well, here's what we'll do then. And I'm not wishing this. I want Slaw to be happy. But if for some reason this thing doesn't work out with Slaw and the stand-up comedian, we're going to create Slaw a silver singles account and run it on the morning show every week. Yeah, the closer it gets to closing time at a bar, the higher your odds are. Now, the lower the, how do I put this? You're not likely to leave a bar at 3 a.m. with an 8. That's the other thing. So it's sort of a balancing act. The good news is if you're at a bar at 3 a.m., you probably think everyone is an 8. They probably appear to be an 8 at that time, given the state that you're most likely in if you're at a bar at 3 a.m. Right. So, can you reject candidates? Not initially, no.
Yeah, well, I mean, beggars can't be choosers, so.
Yeah, because the way it'll work is I'm going to run the account. I'm going to be swiping left or right. I'm going to be responding and doing messages and all that through the app. And then once it gets to the point on the app where they want a phone number, then that's when you will take over. And what you decide to do from that point forward would be up to you. I just would get the ball rolling, so to speak.
Yep.
She'll be an 8 when you leave with her. She'll be a 2 the next morning. Yeah, well, maybe not a 2, but the point is, if you've been at a bar for 3 or 4 hours and it's 3 a.m., no one's ugly at that point. Like you think anything looks good at that point. I only really had that happen like one time, like where. I think I've told this story before, but I was maybe, I don't know, 21 or 22 years old, and there was a bar on Walton Way called, not Walton Way, Walton Way. If you're familiar with the Augusta area, the Red Lion Pub. Anyway, I was there one night and met a group of people, some guys, some girls. It was just like a mixed group of people that somehow we met and were hanging out with at the bar. And I obviously must have had too much to drink. But anyway, I woke up the next morning in I had no idea where I was. I woke up the next morning in the bed with somebody. I don't know what happened. I don't know what I did, didn't do. No, I have no recollection at all. I remember hanging out with them at the bar, and then I remember waking up and not knowing who that was next to me, wipe the sleep out of my eyes, that kind of thing. I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't know what bedroom this is. I walk out of the bedroom. I'm like, I don't recognize this hallway. I go into the living room. I'm like, I've never even been in this house before. I walked outside. I had no clue where I was. None. I mean, I had no idea. And I had to walk. I remember I had to, I don't know, it was 8, 9 in the morning, whatever it was. I had to walk down the street to a corner so I could see a street sign. And then I called a cab from my cell phone and told them I was at the corner of this street and that street, whatever. I had no idea where I was. Turns out I was 5 minutes from that Red Lion Pub I was at.
Mhm.
And so I got the cab guy to just drop me back off there because that's where my car was, and I drove home. But that's
Yep.
the only time anything like that really happened.
Yep. Yeah. So was the person, was it what was it, a girl who was in the bed?
Well,
Or?
yeah, come on. Yes.
Okay.
Come on, Tube.
Well, I mean, you said you didn't remember anything, so
Yeah, no, it was a girl. Yeah, no.
okay.
I've never had sex with a guy. If that's
Yeah,
what you're getting at.
yeah.
I've never done that. I mean, I've had sex in a bed with a girl while there was another guy having sex with another girl in the same bed. I've done that.
Okay, so
Well,
you
one
mean
time.
like group sex?
No, it wasn't.
or-
It wasn't that. No, it wasn't.
Okay.
We just happened to be in the same bed at the same time. I have done that. The only times I've had group sex, I was the only guy involved. And that was only, I don't know, 2 or 3 times. This was like college years, Mike. This was like, 21, 22. Only one of the times did it create a problem. The other times was fine.
Hmm.
One of the times it did create a problem.
Problem.
Yeah, it did create a problem.
Okay.
BA says she's tuning out. Now, you've heard all these stories before.
Yep. Yeah, Blazer Dog says if you woke up with your wallet and your butthole didn't hurt, chalk it up as a win.
Yeah, no, I've never had anything like that. Wake up in a bathtub full of ice and a kidney missing and all that. No, I've managed to avoid all that.
Yeah, so no one's ever stolen your wallet.
I have had my wallet stolen, yeah, but not because some guy fucked me in the ass or whatever he's alluding to there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I've
but
had
not
my wallet
because
stolen
someone.
twice that I can. Let me see. Yeah,
Okay.
twice I've had my wallet stolen. Once not that long ago. Once 25 years ago.
Okay, so you never had your wallet stolen by someone you slept with, or
No, no.
like you like you wake up in the hotel room and the girl is gone and your wallet's gone.
No. No, nothing like that. The first time, 20 or 25 years ago, I was at a hotel somewhere, walking through the parking lot. I think I was going out to the car to get something. I don't even really remember what we were doing at that hotel. Anyway, I was walking through the parking lot for something, and I got hit from behind. I never even saw it coming. Somebody hit me in the head from behind. I fell down. They put their foot on my chest or stomach or something, stuck their hand in my back pocket, took the wallet, and ran. Well, when he reached down to take the wallet out of my pocket, I could obviously see him. I was on my back looking up at him. I could obviously see him. And then he had this, I don't remember the tattoo now, but he had a distinctive tattoo on his forearm. And the guy, he had to be on drugs or something. The guy ran up a flight of stairs into a hotel room. Like, I'm standing there watching him run into this hotel room. I'm like, well, this guy's not very smart. So I went to the lobby of the hotel and told I don't remember if it was a guy or a girl working in there, told him what happened. They called the police. The police came. And like immediately when the police get there, I'm like, he's right there. He's in that room. I saw him go in there. I've been standing here the whole time. He hasn't left. I'm like, and the police are like, okay, tell us what happened. And I'm, 100 miles an hour, and the police, they have to fill out their whole report thing and all this kind of thing. And then, I don't know, they ended up having to call somebody else, an investigator, I think, had to come and got down there. And then they went and knocked on his door, and he didn't open the door. And I was like, well, he's in there. Like, I saw him go in there, and no one has come out of there. I know he's in there. And they're like, well, we can't just kick the door in and blah, blah, blah. So anyway, they ended up going and talking to the manager of the hotel or whoever it was. And the manager, I guess, can give the police permission to go into any room. I don't know the legalities of that. I don't know. But anyway, the manager came out and gave the police a key card to the room. And they made me stay downstairs in the parking lot. And 3 or 4 of the cops and one of the investigators went up, unlocked the guy's door with the key card, and he was in there. And they came back down, and they said, tell me again what he looks like and what he was wearing. And I told him what he was wearing, told him what he looked like, told him about the tattoo on his arm. And they're like, they wanted to know how much money was in my wallet. And I couldn't, we had been out somewhere, so I couldn't remember the exact amount. And it wasn't a lot. It might have been $140 or something. And so that's, I don't know, somewhere between $100 and $150 in 20s, I guess, is what it was. And so they were like, okay, we're gonna take you up there. We're gonna walk you by his room. We have him sitting on the foot of the bed in handcuffs. Just walk by the room, glance in there, and tell us if that's him. So they took me up there. We walked by the room. I look in, and right away I'm like, yeah, that's him. But he's wearing different clothes. Or the cop was like, well, those aren't the clothes you described. And while I'm standing there at the door looking at him, I'm going, yeah, you're right. Those aren't the clothes I described. But literally on the floor next to the bed were those clothes that I described. I was like, well, he changed clothes, but he left his old clothes. His old clothes are right there. Anyway, turns out when they first went in the room and handcuffed him and pulled the money out of his pocket, he had exactly the amount of money that I told the cops was taken from me. So it was obvious it was him, and they arrested him and took him away, and that was that. And I never got the money back.
You didn't get the money back. Why not?
They're not allowed to give you the money back until the guy is convicted. They keep the money in evidence until the person is actually convicted. And it turns out that this person had been in and out of jail, I guess, a bunch of times, and was currently out on probation or something from whatever the last time he had been to jail was, and he had other warrants and shit too. Mm-hmm. And so this thing dragged on. I'm not shitting you, Vic, for 2 or 3 years. I would get letters in the mail and calls from the district attorney's office like, okay, he's got a court date on this date. I had to go down at one point and sit with a district attorney because they were going to call me as a witness. And, they had to, these are the questions we're going to ask you, that kind of thing. And then the day would come and it would get postponed. And then whatever other cases he had, I guess, were more serious than mine and got priority over mine. Anyway, it dragged on for so long, I quit responding to the calls and the letters in the mail from the DA's office to go down there. And so I just never got the money back.
Mm-hmm. And then what about the wallet? Did you find that, or?
Yeah, he had it in the room there.
Oh, okay.
They gave me the wallet back. But no, he never took my wallet. When he reached down, he took my wallet, took the money out of it, and threw the wallet on the ground in the parking lot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So he just took the cash.
Yeah, he just took the cash out. Yeah, he didn't take any cards or ID or the actual wallet itself. He just.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He hit me from behind. I never even saw him. I fell down on my stomach, I guess, rolled over. And as soon as I rolled over, he put his foot on me and reached down. And this all happened real quick. He reached down, grabbed the wallet out of my back pocket, took the money out, threw the wallet on the ground, turned around and ran. Like the whole thing took 10 seconds maybe. And it took me like a minute for it to like dawn on me what had actually happened. And that's when I went inside to the hotel office of the hotel. Yeah, that was in Augusta, but that was, like I said, that was, how old am I? That was 25 years ago at least. But the guy was obviously on drugs or something. Well, first of all, you're probably on drugs or something just to do that to start with. But then to just run right into a hotel room where I can see you, like, that's, you know, not very smart. Not very smart at all. That's the only time I ever got mugged. The other time I lost my wallet, I literally have no idea if I left it. Actually, I didn't lose my wallet. It was bank card, bank card and phone, I think. And I just must have left it somewhere and didn't realize it until the next morning. And by then it was too late. They had went on a shopping spree. But I ended up getting all that back because there was no cash involved. It was all debit card. And it's a little bit of a pain in the ass to handle it with your bank, but you get all your money back. Yeah, that's basically what happened to me too, Nick. I don't think they were purposely giving me the runaround. It's just that, I mean, if it had been $10,000, yeah, I would have waited years and years and years and showed up at every court date and all that. But it got to the point where I was having to take days off of work to go down to court to testify just for the trial to get postponed. And so I was actually losing more money trying to get that $120 back than the $120 was worth. So I don't know what happens in situations like that where they've got money and evidence from a crime and it never gets claimed. Like I never claimed it. Like I don't know what. I guess there's a time limit. They have to keep it, and then who knows what they do with it after that. I have no idea. Probably goes to their doorknob fund. Thankfully, I carry no cash now except in Vegas. That's about the only time I carry. Well, that's the only time I carry any more than $100 around is Vegas. Or whatever gambling trip. And even then I keep it locked in the safe. Like, well, Vegas is the Vegas trip in January is the only trip I go on where I take a significant enough amount of cash to where like I really have to worry about it. And so when I go to Vegas, I keep my money locked in my safe. And in the morning when I leave the room, I take a certain amount of money out of the safe, and that's all the cash I spend that day. Like when I go to Cherokee for 2 or 3 days, I don't know, let's say I take $1,500. That's I just walk around with it in my pocket up there. But Vegas, well, I'll walk around with $1,500 in my pocket at Vegas, but I'll have the rest of my money will be up in a safe. When I go to Cherokee, I don't take $10,000 to Cherokee. You know, I take $1,000 or $2,000 or whatever. I don't really use the safe up there. The only time I've used the safe up there is like if I sit down late at night to play blackjack and I go on a run and win $2,000 or $3,000 or something like that, and I don't go to the cage to cash it out for whatever reason, so I've got $2,000 worth of chips. Then when I get back to the room at night, I'll put the chips in the safe. You know, and I always put the do not disturb. When I stay at a hotel, I don't want no housekeeping. I don't need you to come in here. I don't need you to housekeep me. I'll either make my own bed in the morning or I won't. And if I need more towels, I'll track you down in the hallway and I don't want the maids coming in and out of my room. But who knows if they do it anyway. So that's why I lock the stuff up anyway. But the first thing I do when I get to any hotel room is put the do not disturb sign on the door. And when I check in, I tell the front desk I don't want maid service at all. Don't even knock on my door and ask me. But you never know, you know, with who works where and what type of people they may be hiring or whatever it is. So I don't trust that completely to just leave $10,000 sitting on the dresser of my hotel room in Vegas and go, oh, it's going to be fine. I've got the do not disturb sign on the door. So I will put it in this. I will put it in the safe there. But like even at Cherokee, where I don't have a lot of money, I still put the do not disturb. I just don't like them coming in and out of my room. And they can't get into your safe. Well, they're not supposed to be able to get into your safe. Supposed to security at a hotel is the only people that are supposed to be able to get in and out of a hotel room safe, not the maid staff. I only take $2K to Vegas, $1K for gambling, $1K for whatever. Well, for me, it depends on the situation. Like I'm going in July, me and the lady. I'm not taking $10,000 to Vegas in July to gamble with the lady. We do other shit when we're there. We're going to go out to eat at a couple of nice places. We're going to do 2 or 3 days all day at the pool. We're going to a concert. So yeah, I might take $1,000 for gambling. But whatever money I take to Vegas is gambling money. Anything else I put on a card. I ain't taking no more than $50 total. That's all I need to gamble. Yeah, well, the amount of money people take to gamble is, I mean, there's people that go to Vegas and don't gamble at all. Some guy, which hangs out in here, he's in here now, they go to Vegas, I think, twice a year, him and his wife, and they don't gamble at all. Like, there's plenty of people that, the lady and Mrs. Pete, when they went to Vegas last January or whatever, I mean, I don't know how much Mrs. Pete gambled, but I can't, between the two of them, I'm sure they gambled less than $1,000. Like, so different people bring different amounts to gamble based on their gambling habits, how much discretionary money they have, whatever. There's no right or wrong amount, whether you're talking about Vegas or any other casino. There's no right or wrong. Well, there is a wrong amount to bring. If you bring more money than you can afford to lose, you brought the wrong amount. Because whatever money you bring anywhere to gamble, you should expect to lose it all, and you should be in a situation where if you lose it all, you're fine financially. You know, you're not going to get back home and can't pay the light bill. So there is a wrong amount of money to bring. But that's the number one question people ask me when they've never been to specifically Vegas or really anywhere to gamble in general. How much money do I need to bring? Or they'll say, is $200 a day enough? $200 a day is enough. $1,000 a day is enough. $50 a day is enough. There's no set amount where like this is the amount of money you need if you want to gamble. Whatever. Like. There's some people that go to Vegas for a week and gamble $1,000 over the course of that week. There are some people that go to Vegas and gamble $1,000 a hand, on blackjack or baccarat or whatever. So there's no right or wrong amount.
Yeah, no, right. Yeah, imagine having $1,000 a hand that you can just hand over.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy. Crazy. But anyway. All right. We had a good show today, Vic.
Yeah.
Covered it all. You going to be live tomorrow at 6?
Yeah.
All right. That's good. All right. Well, thanks for coming on, buddy. I appreciate it. And we will do it again next Thursday.
Yep.
All right. There you go. Y'all check Vic out. Every Friday night he goes live at 6 o'clock over on his channel. And sometimes Wednesday afternoons at 3. If Celine doesn't do his show. But Vikstube Productions, check him out. I'm sure most of y'all are already subscribed, but if you're not, fix that problem. Subscribe to Vikstube. Check him out tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. All right, I'm going to get out of here. Call-in show tonight at 9. Make sure you tune in for that. I did a Nebraska prediction video yesterday. I've got Nebraska at 8-4. Let me pull this up real quick before we get out of here. If your team was in the Big Ten, is this not the schedule you would want? Look at this schedule for Nebraska. 3 non-con games: Cincinnati, Akron, and whatever HCU is. Houston, Christian. I don't even know what that is. Okay, and they play Michigan. That could be tough. We'll see. We don't know a lot about Michigan's quarterback. How good is it going to be? Bryce Underwood, true freshman. Plus, this is a home game for Nebraska. Michigan State, I think Nebraska is better than Michigan State. At Maryland, I think Nebraska is better than Maryland. At Minnesota, I think they're better than Minnesota. Northwestern. I mean, they could be 7-1 when they play Southern Cal, right? I mean, now they could back-to-back road games right here, Maryland and Minnesota. Maybe one of those teams ends up being better than we think. Maybe they got 2 losses, but I don't see more than 2 losses before they play Southern Cal, right? Then they're at UCLA. They could win that one. At Penn State is most likely a loss, and then I think this Iowa game will be tough too. So they've got some tough games. You know, from Southern Cal down is pretty tough. But these first 7 or 8 games, I mean, if you're going to play in the Big Ten, this is, I mean, they don't have to play Ohio State. They don't have to play Oregon. They get Michigan at home. I mean, the only game I look at and I go, it'd be a miracle if they win that, is at Penn State. Now, I don't think they're going 11-1. They're going to lose some of these games, obviously. But anyway, I've got them at 8-4, which would be their best season in over a decade. They were 6-6 last year, 7-6 after a bowl win. But if you're going to be in the Big Ten, it doesn't get much more manageable than that in terms of scheduling. I don't think. Anyway, I'll have another prediction video out today. Not sure yet which team it'll be. I think I need to do a Big 12 team. I've done an ACC team, an SEC team, and a Big 10 team. So I've done Tennessee, Clemson, and Nebraska. So I'll see if I can't go to the list on Patreon and find a Big 12 team that I'm ready to do. Make sure if you're on the Patreon page that you have been over there and left a comment on that post, because there is a lot of teams on there already. My goal is always to do them all. But the sooner you get over there and leave that comment, the more likely it is that I'm able to get to it. And if you're not on the Patreon page, or you're one of the people that only joined during the season, so you're not joined now, it is half off if you sign up during the month of June. There's a promo code, whatever it is, on the bottom of the screen. Oh, it's not on the bottom of the screen on this show. Anyway, if you want to check out the Patreon page, maybe you've thought about it in the past, or you're one of those people that signs up and then unsubscribes in the off season. Now is a good time to sign back up because it is half off. That's the code right there. CFB25 is the code. The link to the Patreon page is in the description of this video, I'm pretty sure, isn't it? Yes, it is. I'll post it too. And I'm pretty sure when you click the link to go to the Patreon page and you go to get signed up, it tells you the code. It's not like a secret code. Like, I think it tells you, like, hey, there's a promo code or whatever. Yeah, the promo code is on the prediction videos. Yeah. Yeah. Lewin LV. Oh, I'm definitely doing Lewin LV. I think Lewin LV could make the playoffs, Jackpot, and I'm not trolling or just saying that because of the whole Lewin LV thing. They were close. They were one win away last year. They played Boise State in the conference championship game, and had they beat Boise State, they would have been the highest ranked Group of 5 champion. I think they're going to be good. And they've got, who they have at quarterback, Jackpot? Our buddy from Michigan last year, Alex Orgy. Now, he can't throw the ball from here to there, but I think Dan Mullen can use him offensively. I think Dan Mullen will figure something out with him. Anyway, and he doesn't have to play SEC teams every week, Dan Mullen, like he did when he was at Florida. But I think UNLV will be pretty good again. I think they'll be pretty good again. Tulane, Memphis, Boise State, UNLV. We'll see about Army if they can repeat their success from last year. They were pretty good last year, too. Anyway. All right. I'm going to get out of here. I'll be back on tonight at 9 o'clock for the call-in show. I hope y'all will join me and hang out. We'll talk some college football. Enjoy your Thursday.